Yeah, this fella's got a lot of natural power. This is the first time I've seen him, and straight away I can see despite that he's getting into these punches straight away, getting very close to Kelley in the first round, which is a surprise.
He had a split second there, Jim, to wipe his gloves on his trunks. You don't often see that in an opening round. I tell you what, they're bangers, both of them. A little early to judge Gonzalez, but I agree with you. He really looks dangerous. He's the #1 contender, nicknamed Cobrita, Little Cobra. And I can see why now, the speed of the punch. But Kelley obviously unbeaten, a good campaigner. Third defense now by him.
Kelley looks a little bit loose in the first round here. I've never seen him take so many punches in the first round of any fight.
He has taken counts, Kelley, but he's got up and won. Originally a product actually of the old Madison Square Garden, which is hardly staging boxing now, but they certainly still have a big interest in him. The matchmaker, Bobby Goodman, whom I've known for a number of years, he's now with the Garden State, and he more or less coaches and guides Kelley. This fella's very impressive, Jim, challenger.
And Kelley is leaving his chin there far too long. His defences are loose, he's not tightened up in the slightest, and he's not using the footwork the way he normally does.
Oh, there's a bit of a reply, needed that. The way I was looking at the start there, Jim, I was wondering whether nothing recedes like success in Kelley's case there. He really looked scared, well, not scared, they never are, but he really looked hesitant, didn't he? But he opened up a few punches there, that's evened it up a bit.
Gonzalez is really fired up right from the first bell.
Looks like being a bit special, this quality championship. It's a very hot division at the moment, the featherweight, 9 stone. I like that acknowledgement there, Jim, as to say, hey, you're not bad, are you, from Kelley, didn't you? A bit of swap between the gladiators there. They looked at each other. And there's the rundown by Gonzalez. Well, that's not a bad record, is it? His loss actually was when he was just a mere 4-rounder there, so don't take much notice of that one. And the other one was with a cut, had to retire. Made 6 defences actually of his own championship. Oh, that was the one where he came about there, Jim, but Kelley let him know he was still in business.
Yeah, but his moves are looking a little bit loose, and then he gets caught with a counter, a little bit untidy.
Out for the second then, the WBC version of the featherweight championship of the world. 126 pounds.
Gonzalez caught that little clash in the mouth.
Yeah,
he certainly come off worse there. I mean, it was accidental, but he come off worse.
Well, referee Laurie Cole there did quite well not to make them fight immediately on there. Gave him a chance to calm it down. Took it well, actually, the Mexican. I wonder how many southpaws Gonzalez has fought, Jim, whether it's going to be a bit wild or not.
Well, the way he marches straight in, I don't think it troubles him in the slightest. It's not as though he's trying to out-jab Kelley from a distance. He's just marching straight close and throwing punches and 2s and 3s. So I don't think, as yet, Kelley's southpaw stance hasn't troubled him at all. I just think Kelley's a little bit slow on his feet tonight.
Certainly couldn't afford to be overconfident in a fight like this. What an exchange that is.
These are wicked body shots Gonzalez is throwing.
Cracking exchanges, Jim, aren't they? Neither of them looking to hold at all there, to block the other man.
Kelley's trading when you would expect him to use his speed and his experience. Confuse this little fella for a couple of rounds before he goes to work, but he's standing trading.
got a good variety of punches too, Gonzalez. A little uppercut came through the middle there, looked a bit dangerous.
And I don't know what kind of stamina Gonzalez has, but he's going to need some if he keeps this pace going. He's putting everything into every punch here.
Can't believe he was a professional at 14. I don't know how they give a license that way, but I mean, he's some fighter, isn't he? I know he only had 27 amateur contests. What was he? Must have been about baby at the time, and unbeaten. He was actually still at school, Gonzalez, apparently, when he was given a pro license. My granddad used to say, Jim, that good boy fighters don't make good men fighters. I think he might have been wrong with this one.
I just think Kelley's movements are a little bit slow. Yeah, he's taking too long to get punches off. He's not moving quickly on his feet the way he normally does.
Bit deliberate with his punching, isn't he? Trying to wait for everything.
I mean, that was a decent left hook he threw there, but a little bit ponderous with his punching.
And there's the rundown for Kevin Kelley. There it is, 41 unbeaten. You can't knock that sort of record, can you? And he hasn't ducked anybody. At one time he was hoping to fight Paul Hodgkinson, but Hodgkinson was dethroned then.
Look at me. You have to be smarter. You're still aiming for the beaner. Why are you aiming for the beaner? Where have we worked? So where have we worked? We don't want to catch him up here. We want to catch him right in here. Do you understand me?
So the corner there going for body punches there they want from Kelley, because he's missing a few to the head. Third round.
Well, Kelley's corner wanting maybe a little bit smarter, as they phrased it, and I totally agree. He's not putting enough thought into what he's doing. He's trading with Gonzalez, and the first couple of rounds it hasn't worked for him.
Trainer there's an ex-boxer, Jim, a Vietnam veteran actually, called Phil Borbea. We know how good Kelley is, and we didn't realise how good this Gonzalez is. I say that because there's others in the World Championships at the moment. I think we'll get to know them later by their nicknames.
But Kelley's making so many mistakes. I mean, that was a terrible left-hand lead from the southpaw stance there. He was completely open. For once, Gonzalez didn't punish him for it, but he's lost a lot of his sharpness. I don't know, weight worries or whatever, but this is not the same Kevin Kelley. See, getting caught far too often.
Gonzalez won the WBC international version. That's those that are not in the top 10. He defended it 6 times, so he's got to be a bit special. That was included against Cesar Soto, who was then the #1 contender. We've seen quite a bit of him, Soto. They're not bothering to use the whole of the ring in effect, Jim, are they? They're just standing together, toe to toe. No skipping around, no wasted energy.
And that's what surprised me. I mean, Kelley's warming a little bit to his task now, getting some good shots in now. But I'm surprised the way he's standing, trading. This fella is very powerful.
In fact, he's fighting Gonzalez' fight, really, isn't he? Playing to him, really.
Yeah, and his corner are not too happy about it. They want him to start using his boxing ability. Better round here for Kelley.
Well, it runs a little musical agency, actually, Jim, so maybe he's just getting a bit of rhythm, eh? Takes the time to warm up. He'll need it with this fella.
I'm just surprised at how open Kelley is leaving himself with some of these leads, these left-hand leads. He's completely open. See, there it is again, leading with the left hand, not coming back with a hook, and completely open.
They did well, really, the Mexicans, keeping him, Gonzalez a bit of a secret from the public generally. The traders all knew he was a good fighter. And now he's proving it, well, at least so far.
Kelley's work has improved a little bit in this round.
Coming up to the end of the round. the seconds warning, the timekeeper, I should say, warning the seconds.